Hello everyone. It is Jackie with Pocket of Preschool. I just ran into my tree. And tonight I am coming to you a special edition to talk all about classroom parties. And I have ideas for a winter theme if you can't do like Christmas. And then I also have ideas if you can do a Christmas theme. So every activity I show you is easy, low prep, and it doesn't cost anything, or it's like dollar store stuff. So I want you to tell me in the comments, have you had your Christmas party or your winter party? And if you haven't, when do you have it? And do you do a Christmas, a winter, or do you like something else? Like, do you do like a gingerbread party as kind of your as your like winter classroom party? So yeah, so tell me all the things in the comments, and I'm gonna turn the camera around and kind of show you all the things. Okay, so the first thing I would suggest, you can tell I have everything set up to show you guys, and I had something set up. Oh, there it is, and I can't find you. Okay, so the day of the classroom party, you need to prep your kiddos and remind them about making green. If you use, like for me, I use green and red choices, which is in my curriculum. It's basically a positive way to guide behavior in your classroom, but I read either It's Christmas David or Llama Llama Holiday Drama to kind of get them ready and remind them of the green choices they're gonna need to make during the party, because it's totally can get crazy. Yeah, it can get really crazy, and like, let's face it, December, your routine is off. Their school routine is off. The kids' home routine is totally off. So we kind of got to get them we just have to set them up for success. So just remind them of those choices. And if you do a winter party, read some kind of winter themed book, because almost every book, the characters have either choices to make good or bad decisions. And even if it's a book where they're making all green choices, you can talk about how that character is awesome in the whole book, and talk about how like makes them feel on the inside when they make green choices and things like that. So set them up for success during circle time, the day of the party. And then when the party comes, we always start with our snack. That way, I make sure we have clean tables and we wash our hands at the beginning, and then that's kind of over and done with. And that way I don't have to sanitize the tables during the party. So let me show you what I do for that. Okay, so my new thing is to cover the tables in wrapping paper, because I can literally throw it away when we're done. Or a parent can help throw it away, or a family member, because they love to help during parties, so totally take advantage of that. So just grab some paper, whether you can do a Christmas or a winter. And let me show you, I have ideas for both snacks. So I always typically, and I do the snack. I don't have families just send random things in. If you do a sign-up sheet, I would have them sign up for specific things. Otherwise, you're just going to get, like 20 different kinds of cupcakes and all the cookies and things. So you can do one of two things. I always do a trail mix. So here's like a wintry trail mix. So it's got marshmallows, Chex Mix, and pretzels, so not a lot of sugar. And then the Little Debbie has these snowflake brownies that are really cute. Now, these do have peanuts in them, but you can do those like round cookies, those round sugar cookies that are like allergy aware, that are usually nut-free and all the things. But I have these. I put the trail mix in a cup before, and I have to prepare the snack, or another teacher does, that has, all of her health things, like shots and things. So I prepare these before, and then I do applesauce, and you guys, I just put a sticker on the front, but it just makes it so festive. So just put a sticker on an applesauce or a fruit cup. That way they're literally like only have one thing of pure sugar because it's a party, you got to have something. And then I've started doing water as well. And you can, if you don't want to do water bottles, if your kiddos use water, you use cups, do that. Or if they have a water bottle, just have them bring their water bottles to the table. But parents like to send things in, so you can have a parent bring in water bottles, parent bring in applesauce or a fruit cup. I just do applesauce because then I don't have to deal with utensils, because I let siblings come to my parties. And then I just do a plain plate and a plain napkin with the fun tablecloth. And then for Christmas, if you do like a Christmas theme, I slap a bow on an applesauce container. I do like a fun trail mix. So this is like, I think this is that Elf on the Shelf cereal with some pretzels, and then it had marshmallows in it. And then this is that allergy aware cookie. I don't have any allergies this year. First year in like, I can't even remember. But, and again, water. So yeah, so not a lot of sugar, but yet they're still having fun. So yeah, so you can do fun snacks for both kinds of parties. And I know it's probably a little bit late, but you know, you can always remember for next year, just have have parents bring in, those applesauce cups or whatever, fruit cup or something, but just slap a bow on it. These are just those dollar store bows, but it just makes it look so festive. And then if you are not a fan of the gingerbread house, you can always do the gingerbread tree. My friend Shauna over at Fantastic Fun and Learning, she has done this for forever with her kiddos. So you basically take a sugar cone and you give them a cone. You can buy the green icing, which like right there. And I would say one thing of that probably works for around 10 kids. So if you have 10 kids, buy one. If you have 20 kids, do two. Because it really doesn't take a lot of icing to cover it. And then a popsicle stick. And then if you're doing winter, like a winter theme party, you don't want to like decorate it with like colorful candy because that would be like Christmas lights. So just do some cocoa. That is not cocoa, that is coconut. But if you have a nut allergy, you can't do that. But just do the marshmallows. And then I just happened to see this at Walmart. It's like a wintry sprinkle. It's literally from Walmart. It was like $3 for this giant thing. So yeah. And then I bought a big thing of these. Well, actually I didn't buy them. My mom owns a restaurant and she gave me a big thing of them, but they're just these like little restaurant cups, but it's perfect because I'm all about giving kids their own icing and their own things to decorate because we all know they're gonna lick that stick. And if one kid is sick, that means all the kids are sick and they're cross-contaminating and it's gross. And it's against licensing regulations for me. So give them their own icing, their own cup of sprinkles, and their own toppings. And then they look like this. I made this one today. So cute, right? They are a little messy, but they're so much fun. And they're really good fine motor because they have to spread the icing on them. And if you can do Christmas, just do some Christmassy things. Here's my little Christmas one I made. You can do like the little candy canes. I did marshmallows, Skittles, and then Fruit Loops because they're cheap. Like you can buy one box of literally, you could, if you don't want to do Skittles, you could do Fruit Loops and marshmallows. And you don't even need the candy canes. And again, their own cup of all the things. And they don't really need that much for these little trees. So yeah, but just give them their own. And then I always give them, I put it out under a napkin because it gives them kind of a physical space or like a visual space for them to know where is their space. And like, so that way their stuff, their goodies are on their spot. So like they're not like grabbing their friends on accident. It's their icing, it's on their plate. It just kind of gives them a visual of what's theirs since they're going to be eating and licking all the things. So that's some fun snack and tree ideas. And then if you have to send these home like on a bus, take a cup. And this one, I think I did this one like earlier this afternoon, so it's kind of dry. But they dry pretty quick, so just do them at the beginning. Put them in a cup, and they can bring them home like this if they have to go on a bus or something. So yeah, pretty good. And you are good to go. So that is that. Now I want to show you my freebie for you. So I do this for this community event every year. And this is my bag from the community event. I didn't realize how big of a mess I left it. So basically it's an ornament station. And what they do, and I do this every year in my class, and I actually have 2 ornaments. Oh, I'm shaking. Sorry, guys. So if you go to the top of this post, there's a link for all of these little labels. So there's a bunting banner that comes with it. There's a sign, and this is actually I printed ginormous. So you just, and the directions are included on how to print it big. So like you can just send over, I usually have 2 kiddos come over to the table at once and do it, but this is like one page, and then I just laminated and taped them together to make a giant sign. But again, the directions on how to print it big are included. But there's 2 ornaments. So there's this ornament. So this one is the one where they measure how big they are with the ribbon. And so the little tags are included. And like the next 5 years, I put in there plus a blank one. So if I forget and update it, like you always have this for the rest of your life. Or if you, maybe don't ever download it again, it's totally fine. You can use it forever. But yeah, so they cut out the tag and then they hole punch it and then they measure the ribbon, put it in. And then again, it's some great informal measurement going on. And they put it in the little ornament. And these are just those plastic ornaments from Michael's. I always buy them usually after Christmas is over for the next year because I do something with these every year. And I do the community event too, so I buy it a lot. I did this with 400 kids, so they weren't all at the table at once though, so don't worry. But it was a lot. It was fun though. So I kind of had this set up at I had 3 of these stations when I did the community event. But basically they kind of go down the row. So you can have all the ornaments in here, and you can either have them write their name on it, or you can have it written on. Oh, I forgot to show you the other ornament. So this one is the other ornament. This is my kids. I literally took it off our tree. So, and it's dented. So I had their names written on them for them, and I had the little ribbon in it. So you can either have them write their own name, or you can have their name written for them. So they find their ornament. And then, so their ornament, when they get them, are empty, and then they go down the row. So they I have 1 bell, because, bells are kind of expensive. And make sure you buy the small ones, because again, you want to make sure they fit inside this little thing. There's one in there. You can hear it. And then cut ribbon. So I literally just had a whole bunch of ribbon in here, so you could kind of see it in there. So they just cut it and put a couple pieces in. And then I had those dollar store pipe cleaners. I had some of those on this tray, and they put some in. So again, great fine motor. Pom-poms, so you can see, maybe. This one's got some in here. See the sparkly pom-poms and the cut up pipe cleaners. He drew on his with the permanent marker, which is fine. And then the last step, I have glitter, and you can do glitter if you don't want. You don't have to do glitter if you don't want to, but just put a funnel, and I put my glitter salt shaker out, and they just put it in there, and then it was done, and they got to take it home, and it was just a fun little thing from the class party. And like I said, I do this every year. I just have it set up at this table, and usually during the party, I call over kiddos about 2 at a time, and they come over with their moms. Usually if a kiddo's mom isn't at the party, I usually ask either I'll have an extra teacher at the party that day. She'll be taking the kiddos that doesn't have a mom or a dad or a grandma and grandpa or somebody at the party. Or sometimes some of the other family members that are there for your other kiddos, they will say, hey, I'll help, so-and-so do their ornament, and they'll kind of go with them. So you can kind of do it however you want. You have them either go with an extra teacher or have them go with you if you can manage that. I usually can't. Or ask other parents to go with the kiddos who don't have someone there, because that happens, right? Especially for teachers' kids, because we're always at our classroom parties and we usually can't go to our kiddos' parties. So yeah, but that ornament station over there, ooh, crazy here, is a freebie in my TBT store. So download it, and it's a freebie. So grab it for your party. And then I have some fun crafts. So we usually we eat, and then I have the ornament station. So they're kind of doing that as kind of we go. And then, Barbara says you could do confetti if you didn't want to do glitter, and that is a great idea. That's a really smart one. It's easier to clean up. So I always usually do a craft. So let me show you the craft ideas I have for you. So you can do a typical craft, this is just a collage craft. These are great for parties. Paper plate crafts are great for parties. This is actually my Christmas. No, sorry, this is in my winter math and literacy centers. I can't remember. It's in winter or Christmas. But this is what the idea I have for you guys. So these foam things you can get like at the dollar store. These are actually from Michael's. I bought them literally, not yesterday because it snowed, the day before. But you can get like a giant pack, use your coupon or wait till they're half off or whatever. And then you can have them kind of decorate it. And this is my other trick. I always have my activities like ready to go, each of them on a tray. So I can literally grab it off of wherever all my activities are and then put it on the table and kind of go. So this one, obviously for the Christmas theme. So my kiddos made some to give you guys an example. So I just have these foam peel and stick shapes. So I have a couple buckets to put in the middle of the table. I have some permanent markers and they can have a star for the top. All of this is Michael's. And they can just decorate a little tree and take it home. So yeah. And then these are like the little trees. So yeah, so it'll be just something fun and easy that, you know, it's not a lot of prep for you and it doesn't cost a ton, but it's fun to do for a class party. And if you're doing a winter theme, you can grab these snowflakes, and I've seen these at the dollar store too, and kind of decorate them with whatever you have. So I have just some winter color Sharpies, glitter if you dare, but I also have, these are actually confetti. It's like a snowflake confetti. This is from Hobby Lobby. And then these are actually from here. So all the snowflakes came like this, but I pulled like some of them out so that way they could glue them on them and I could kind of use those as a collage material so I wouldn't have to find something else, and that worked great. And then I love these sticker rhinestones. I get these from Walmart. I think I've showed you guys these before, but they come in like a giant like 12 by 12 scrapbook page, and they kind of connect. Like if you pull them off one way, they come in like a straight line, but I always cut them so they have like a strip, so everybody would get one strip, and then they're like a sticker. So they just peel them off and stick them on so you don't have to use glue. So those are really fun, and you could probably use a sheet for your whole class. So just a little fun little snowflake for you. So again, that's the craft you could do. And then I thought too, like, you could also do a Play-Doh tray. And I know right now I do not have any other holidays for any other like Christmas holidays for other cultures. So that would be a great Play-Doh tray. So I actually picked this stuff up at Michael's, and this is not an ad for Michael's. I just happened to go there and love Michael's. And it was all on sale, like I think 70% off. But I just grabbed the Hanukkah cookie cutters. I grabbed some Hanukkah Play-Doh. Here's some little dreidels. Here is some gelt. And here are just those cupcake toppers. So they could just do a Play-Doh tray for Hanukkah or for Christmas or winter. So that's another fun thing. So you could have one table do the Play-Doh tray and one table do the foam craft, and then they can flip-flop and switch. So that's a fun idea. Another fun idea is to make a tree with cups. You guys know we love to build with cups in preschool and pre-K and K. I mean, shoot, we build with cups now all the way up to what, like fifth, sixth grade. So you can build with these pom-poms from the dollar store. Just build a tree and they can decorate it and balance it with the ornaments. Or if you're doing a winter theme, they can build a tree and then, well, that's coming off great. Well, let's just pretend that's a tree, and they can pretend it snowed on their tree and just use some cotton balls to decorate the tree. And everybody always asks where I get my cups. I usually get them from Party City just because I shop there a lot, and we have one of those by my house. We do not have a Hobby Lobby by me, really. But you can get one color, like a big thing of them, and you can always use a coupon. So Hobby Lobby is usually a great place for all, or not Hobby Lobby. They might have them. Does anybody know if Hobby Lobby has cups like that in a big old thing? If you know, let us know. And another good old standby are just straw, cut straw and bead, either a necklace or a bracelet just on pipe cleaner. So you just put out some straws. These are probably from the dollar store. I literally just grabbed them out of my closet and just have them cut those and make a bracelet. You could also put out pony beads, like winter colored pony beads with that. Here's some winter straws and pony beads I have, and you can do like the trusty old candy cane. That one we did last year, and they can either make a bead candy cane with the straws and the beads, or they can do a bracelet. But that's just one of my go-tos for parties is the cut straw and bead necklaces, or bracelets. So we have the snack, we have the ornament station, which they kind of take turns at. We have our craft. You can have a Play-Doh tray, or if you don't want to do a Play-Doh tray, you can always do the craft and then have the other kiddos be doing the STEM challenge with the cups or the bracelet or candy canes. And then you got to have some gross motor for the end because they get squirrely, right? So you can see I have some set up. So this guy I am so excited about. So this is a dollar store. What is this, like laundry basket? We use this in the classroom for different things. And I use it for storage a lot. But I literally took, this is just like that black foam, a carrot from, what is it, like pretend? And I just put it down and then I just put the tape over it. So this side is still sticky, but the tape is holding it on. And it's just kind of like wrapped around the side. And then I put my hat on and I just attached it. You can kind of see a binder clip. And then I have the giant snowballs. So they would stand on the X. And tossing games or bowling kind of gets a little crazy. So I like to put visuals on the floor. So they would stand on the blue line while they wait. And then when it's their turn, they can go to the X. And that way, all you have to do is move the basket kind of where you want, and they have to throw it in. But you can see, they can't see the tape, so it kind of bounces off a little bit too. So it looks easy, but it's kind of tricky. So that is a really, really fun. You can do that you can call him Frosty, or you can just call him a snowman, and you can do it either for a Christmas or a winter theme. You can also make a gorgeous little snowman using those. This is one of those things from the dollar store. This one's a little bit taller. I've had this one for like ever. But basically, you can paint a snowman, or you can have the kiddos paint a snowman or a Christmas tree or whatever you want, and they can throw the snowballs in the holes. Super easy. Another fun one is to have the kiddos go ice skating. So they put paper plates on their feet, and you play a song, and I'm not gonna make you too dizzy, but they slide around and go ice skating on the paper plates, and you can play like Let It Snow or play some kind of wintry song. That's fun, either for Christmas or winter theme. So these are my gross motor cotton balls, so that's why they're kind of a mess and dirty. Not dirty, but I don't know. They're definitely not they're not like super clean, but I probably use these for like 3 years. I probably need to get some new ones. But what you can do with these is you can have the kiddos have a snowball fight with them. But let me turn it around. But I know you're like, that's crazy, Jackie. Like I'm not gonna do a snowball toss on a Christmas party because it's gonna get out of hand. What you can do is you make a rule and you say, our rule is you can only throw one snowball at a time. So they can only pick up one cotton ball and they can only throw one. And it's great because they can like bop each other in the head and it doesn't hurt or any of the things. So it's awesome. They only can throw one. Now, and sometimes if you think some of these like gross motor games are gonna be crazy during the party, what you can do is like 2 days before your party, practice them during gross motor time or during music and movement and say, I have a really fun game we're gonna do at the Christmas party, but I wanna practice it. That way you guys know what to do when it's party time and you're really excited and your families are here. So that way they, have practiced playing and you can cue them when they're actually paying attention to you and not to all the things going on. So it's kind of a little bit of a routine by the time it comes for the party. So yeah, one snowball at a time. So that's really love that one. And if you want to get even more fun, you can put a piece of tape down the middle and you can have them have a snowball fight and see like which side can get all the snowballs off of their side. So if you're worried about them throwing them at each other, or you can call it a snowball toss too, if you don't want to call it a fight. But yeah, so they can toss it to the other side to see who can get their side clean first. I do that with leaves too in the fall. It's really fun. To keep going with our snow, what you can do is basically use these snowballs with your parachute. I just have this like gold piece of fabric, because I'll tell you why it's gold in a minute. Somebody donated this to me a while ago, but so just like you do with a parachute, take a handful, that's probably too many. Take a handful of pom-poms, throw in the middle, and you can do the parachute games with snowballs or with bows. And I actually tried this with my kiddos on Friday, because we had a snow day today. But we use this green tablecloth, and you can tell it ripped a little bit. So I wouldn't suggest using a plastic tablecloth. We'll probably just use our parachute for it, because it's smaller, since I have a smaller group. But you can also use like this piece of fabric and either put either put bows in your parachute or pom-poms. Or I thought to sneak in some Hanukkah fun, you could use like Hanukkah colored bows, and you could put some gelt in there. And because the gelt is like that, it's kind of like those fake coins on my Play-Doh tray. So I thought that would be a fun way to celebrate Hanukkah, would be having like a Hanukkah themed parachute toss. And then again, this is one you might want to practice before the party. You don't have to practice for a bunch, just maybe, have them try it, 1 or 2 days before the party, no big deal. But you can have them bounce the parachute slow, and you can talk about how when you're doing the parachute toss, they can pretend to put glue on their hands, and they have to glue their hands to the parachute and have them never, ever let go, because, when the things pop off, they always want to go grab. And if everybody goes and grabs all the things that are popping off, they'll get hurt or bump their heads or dive on the floor or whatever. So, tell them that they have pretend glue on their hands, and they have to glue their hands to the parachute. And they have to hold on so tight, and only teachers and families are gonna pick up all the things that are popping off. And you can have them shake it fast and slow. You can have them shake it down low. You can have them shake it up high. And again, you're doing all those positional words, so you're sneaking in some math there too. And a lot of self-regulation, because trust me, when they are shaking it slow, they want to shake it fast. So you're also doing some, teaching them some self-regulation there too. So we all know, like, pin the tail on the donkey, right? So why not put the bow on the present? So basically they play the same way. They can just put a hat on, and you can turn them around 1 or 2 times, and they have to put the bow on the present. And all I did, this is literally just a piece of poster board that I just wrapped. And if you're doing a winter theme, just use like a wintry, what's it called? Like a winter wrapping paper. And then they give them either a cotton ball with like a piece of tape on the back, and they can put the snowflake in the, or just like cut out snowflakes, and they can put the snowflake in the snow. So pin the snowflake in the snow, or pin the present, or pin the bow on the present. So yes, so much fun. So those are some fun gross motor games for you. And then I also wanted to remind you that sensory is always a fun thing to do. So I literally just made this like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes before we came on. So this is, it looks like cocoa, right? It is just dyed salt, and it's not brown sugar, so don't worry. So it's just dyed salt. So it's still kind of drying out. It usually only takes like a day to dry. But yeah, so all you do to dye salt is put salt in a baggie, squirt in some liquid watercolor, shake, 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 put it out, and this will literally be dry tomorrow. And I usually put stuff in it, and it's fine. But yeah, so I have a little hot cocoa sensory bin. If you're worried about a mess, put a plastic tablecloth under it, put a sheet under it. That way you can close the lid and kind of shake it out outside. Sorry, I have an itch on my arm. Sorry about shaking. So you could do like a hot cocoa bin. I wanted to go to Starbucks and get some Starbucks cups for my hot cocoa bin. So I just put in some jars, some white pom-poms for marshmallows, measuring cups, these little scoopers. These are from like my IKEA like mini kitchen set. some little candy canes, a whisk, some tweezers. So yeah, and you can do, like, hot cocoa works for like a winter or a Christmas theme. You can just do rice. So you could have like the sensory bin just be like a station, and that's just one of those smaller plastic totes from like Walmart or something. So yeah. Yeah, and you can have 2 of them. You can have with the same thing in them. You can have them set up with different things. But that way, if you want to like have some kids doing, kind of have them rotate through things. I only have 8 kids in my class, so I usually have everybody kind of do everything at once, and then we kind of move on. But this year with, I'm probably not. I'm probably going to have them rotate, because this year we actually, since my class is smaller, I let them bring their siblings. So my class doubles in size. So I go from having 8 kids to there's probably about 16 kids for the party. So I go back to having like a full day class, because when I taught full day I had 18 kids. So it's not a lot. I mean, it is a lot because a lot of them are under 3, but it's so fun, and it just gets the kids excited. Families come in, and it just builds that community. So I probably will do rotations, because I will probably have like 10 kids doing the craft, and then 10 kids doing the gross motor. So I hope you guys have an amazing holiday. Rest, recharge, because we all know teaching is hard, but it's amazing at the same time. So rest, recharge, have an amazing holiday, and if the holidays are hard for you, my heart goes out to you.